Good afternoon and happy Easter to each and all of you guys out there. Coming to you live from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico on Navigator of the Seas. I'm back on the ship after a little interlude at shore, which was very nice. For those of you that I'm not sure, I did a posting on Facebook. I don't know if it's gotten up yet or not. But I took the tender in. Tendering on a scooter is always iffy, folks. There's no doubt about that. They have large tenders that are equipped to handle wheelchairs and scooters. And then they have smaller ones that sometimes you have to wait around for them to come get you. So I had to wait for the larger one, of course, because the smaller ones were taking care of people when I came back. So I had to sit around a few minutes and wait, but that's okay. Really was a pleasant ride in. It's 15 minutes or 20 minutes from the ship into shore. Of course, there's always a lot of action around Cabo. I've been here many times before. Got off the tender and rolled in the pier and went straight to Senor Frogs. This was my third trip to this Senor Frogs. It's one place that I at least know the outside patio is accessible. Now, you can't get in the actual inside the building because that's a step up. But the outside is accessible. So I went to Senor Frogs, and then a couple that I had met on the cruise kept coming a few minutes later. So they sat down with me. So I had some company while I was there. I had some tacos, some traditional Mexican tacos, which were outstanding. I had an adult beverage, and then I realized after I was working on my first adult beverage that I have not had my requisite pina colada on this cruise, so I corrected that. So I had a Senor Frogs pina colada, which was in the big, tall glass that, my first trip to a Senor Frogs, the captain of the cruise ship I was on told us not to go to Senor Frogs because we'd get in trouble. So we all went to Senor Frogs. But this was a pretty laid back Senor Frogs, as some of them can be. But it was a pretty good crowd. Cabo was pretty busy today, I thought. Kenneth wants to know how's the weather. It's 35 here in the afternoon in Pennsylvania. It's nice here today. It was cold when I first got up this morning. Of course, I'm still on Eastern time. My body's on Eastern time. So I'm up before anybody else on the ship. So I'm down here screaming for coffee before anybody else is even awake. But it was pretty cool this morning. I had on I put sleeves on, but this afternoon it's really nice. I'd say my guess is it's 80-ish, but sunny and the sun's very warm. But very, very nice day. It was also cloudy and kind of yucky this morning too, and that's cleared off. It's a beautiful day in Cabo San Lucas. Of course, many people have said that's the best of the three ports on the Mexican Riviera. I have things that I like about all three. Cabo obviously is, the newer of the three. When I first came to Cabo, which that would have been in the late 70s, 79 or 80, somewhere along in there, Cabo was like new. There was nothing here. So it's definitely changed a lot since my first trek to the Mexican Riviera. But I also like Puerto Vallarta and I like Mazatlan. I've got places that I've gone there. Of course, Puerto Vallarta, I always tried to go to Liz Taylor's house and get her to drink wine with me. She never did. Of course, that's at the bridge over to Richard Burton's house that was across the street. Joanne's with us. Hi, Joanne. Happy Easter to you too. Yeah, I just wanted to do this live stream just to touch base with everybody. Those of you that may have been looking for Cruise Amigos today, we did not do a Cruise Amigos because of the holiday. Martin was, had plans with, he and Stan had holiday plans. John was cooking for, an army of people, and no idea if anybody could even get to John's because it's supposed to be snowing up there. I have not talked to John this morning. I talked to him last night to see if they did get the weather, so I'll have to check on that. But John and his son, I think, were cooking for 9 or something today, and no idea if those folks could even get to their house. So, hope that worked out. Is the boat or the ship decorated for Easter? I've never been on a cruise for Easter. There were two. One of the gals that I'm eat dinner with posted 2 pictures from the buffet this morning. Has Happy Easter, like almost a sign made out of cupcakes, and then a decorated table with eggs and the like. And then there was a thing for the kids down here on the promenade. They had an Easter bunny, and all the kids came down and got candy and stuff. So, there was some festivities for the kids this morning. They also had a Catholic mass this morning, and was a Passover service for our Jewish friends. I don't know if there was a Protestant service or not. I did not see anything about a Protestant service. But so there was a little bit. A few people have their doors decorated. I don't get into that kind of thing myself, but there are some. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's overdone. It was more to the subtle side. But yeah, there was a little bit of mention for Easter. So, okay, what's ahead for me? Obviously, the next 2 days we're in port. We're in Mazatlan tomorrow, Puerto Vallarta on Tuesday, and then we're at sea for 3 days and get back to Los Angeles on Friday. I'm currently not scheduled to fly out of Los Angeles until something ridiculous like 9 o'clock at night. And I fly to Denver and then have to change planes in Denver, and from Denver on to Charlotte, and then Charlotte to Lynchburg. So I'm not going to get back actually to Lynchburg until sometime during the day on Saturday. So my shows, because of the time difference, my shows all week should be on schedule at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you have to figure times from that, you got to figure it, because I stay totally confused. We started off on this cruise 3-hour time difference in Los Angeles. Last night we switched the clocks to 2 hours. So I've had to make those kind of adjustments in my head. I don't know if Mazatlan, I imagine Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta are on the same time as Cabo, which will be a 2-hour time difference. So I have to change it back to 3 hours for the 3 days going back to Los Angeles. Emily's with us. She said, "Hey guys." Hi Emily, good to have you here. I hope you stayed out of trouble today. You didn't steal any walkie-talkies today, did you? Oh no, it's holiday. You probably didn't have to work today. So you're at home drinking wine today. Is that correct, Emily? Good timing. I just got off FaceTime with my cousin in Chicago a while ago. It was really kind of funny because I mentioned before that they're sitting at Senior Frogs that a couple that I've met here on the cruise came into Senior Frogs and sat down with me. And we were talking, and I happened to mention the interesting, whether it's interesting or not, I don't know. But the problems I had flying, and that at first I was considering canceling Alaska because I didn't think I could take another 5.5 hour flight. And before I could even tell him what I had done, he jumped in and says, "You need to look at doing the train." I found out train travel was really great for a big guy like us. He's another plus size fellow. So, and I told him, I said, yeah, one of my viewers suggested that, and I checked it out, and sure enough, I'm the proud owner of round trip plane tickets from Lynchburg to Seattle for the Alaska cruise next month. I leave on the 4th, I think it is, on May the 4th. So, he told me about a couple train trips he's at and how much he loves them. So, I'm thinking this is going to be a good move, but we'll see. Who knows how the old fat guy will do? I mean, I didn't realize I was going to have that much trouble flying. Obviously, I've learned my lesson on that. I did much better driving, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how the train does. Because it's very conceivable that a lot of the cruises I take, I can ride the train to. I mean, all the Florida, from Virginia, I can take a train to any of the 3 Florida ports, or at least the East Coast Florida ports. I don't know about Tampa. I'll have to check with my Tampa connection and see if the trains come into Tampa. I'm pretty sure they do. But anyway, I could conceivably see doing trains for a lot of my cruises now. I mean, a lot more than just going to Seattle. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm really pretty excited about that. Of course, Emily's wishing everybody a happy Easter. So anyway, I just wanted to jump in and let you guys know that I'm in Cabo. Things are going well. Love the ship. I love the cruise. By the way, this one, I will tell you there are some accessibility issues. I'm going to have quite a bit to talk to my friend Ron Pettit about. That's the special needs coordinator for Royal Caribbean Cruises. There are several deficiencies on Navigator of the Seas, and I need to see if we can't get some work on. One, the casino here is virtually inaccessible. The way it's laid out, the closeness of everything, there's no space. You're easily cut off. There are areas that aren't ramped, and then you got steps. So that's not good. Of course, my issues always with pools and hot tubs. In my mind, none of them are accessible. Things like the rock climbing wall. I'm not going to climb any rock wall to start with. You can't get to that unless you walk up a flight of stairs. The miniature golf course is up a flight of stairs as well. So that's not good. There is up to from 14 to 15 to the observation room. There is a automatic stair lift, and there's a stair lift up to, I believe that was from 13 up to 14 to the miniature golf course. But what's really the the tough one, as far as I'm concerned, is places like the Schooner Bar, which you guys all know that I love the Schooner Bars. The main section in the middle, where the piano bar is and most of the tables are, is not accessible. It's a step up. There's no ramp in there at all, so they need to work on that. Yes, you can still go to the Schooner Bar. There are places on the outskirts, but not in the middle of the action, so to speak. Same token with the coconut, what is it, lime and coconut up on deck 11 or 12. I guess it's on 12. It's inaccessible. It's also, the band comes down like it's down 3 steps. And then there's tables around that. So, but those aren't the dangerous ones. Some of you might have seen, I posted a picture on Facebook of the atrium artwork in the middle. And there's a staircase that goes up right next to the picture I took. What that doesn't show is that where I am on my scooter, there's one step down that you can't see. And a railing, and over the railing and down goes forever. So that could be quite dangerous. If you miss that on my scooter, if I missed that step, dropped down and flipped over, that could be dangerous. So there's several places like that on Navigator that they need signs or some kind of marking or railings or something. Oh, Nanook of the North John popped in. I'm going to bring him on board. Hi, John.
Happy Easter! Happy Easter!
Yes, happy Easter to you as well. Kenneth says when we were on a Princess cruise ship, we saw 3 or 4 dogs. You can work for them, walk the dogs on the cruise ship. That would be a great job. John says Tampa, Florida, Union Station, Amtrak. So I can get to any of the 4 ports in Florida by train. That's pretty cool. So how's your weather up there, Nanook of the North?
It is, hang on, I just flipped off here. Where's the,
I see white stuff. That's not powdered sugar on that tree, is it? That would be snow, folks. Some of you people that live in Florida don't know what that is. That's called snow. And John has plenty of it, and obviously has more. Now, Emily knows what that is. So, did anybody make it to your lunch today?
Yes, 7 of 9 appeared. Grandma didn't want to come because of the weather, and a friend from another city also canceled just in case. But of course, it's 4 o'clock now, 4:43 actually, and they could have come and gone. It's just starting now, but we're going to have a blizzard here yet tonight.
So it's going to get worse.
It's going to get way worse. It's going to be 4 inches of new snow and 40-mile-an-hour winds. So
yeah. I struggled today in 80 degrees, thinking, oh, it's nippy.
We talked about.
It turned out to be
we did decide
really nice day in Cabo.
We decided that you would have liked our dinner really well, though. The dinner was awesome, including a 7-layer cake, 7-colored cake, a rainbow cake. So,
all right. And you had a Thanksgiving type dinner.
Everything except this, we added a ham with my own homemade raisin lemon sauce.
Okay. And you made the homemade raisin lemon sauce from rabbit droppings.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I didn't know you knew my secret. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And but you did also had a turkey.
We had a 15-pound turkey that was it was just a really, really good turkey.
this is a turkey that you shot.
No, this is a
That you-
turkey that
You went into Kroger and scared the crap out of everybody in the frozen food section with a shotgun.
yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure that we're being transparent
Yeah.
on how you put a meal on the table in
Yep.
Nana of the Northland.
We had turkey, we had mashed potatoes, real mashed potatoes with little bumps in them, because I didn't mash it totally. And about 1/4 butter and cream. We had sweet potato casserole. We had green bean casserole with actual picked in the forest mushrooms. We had cornbread with corn in it. We had wine, beer, coffee, tea. Then, of course, the accoutrements. We had lefse, the Norwegian roll-up burrito kind of thing. We had pickled herring. We had pickled beets. We had the traditional cranberry sauce for the turkey, and 2 kinds of homemade stuffing.
Yeah, I could have dealt with that. I had tacos at Senior Frogs. Was my Easter meal. Oh no, they were good.
I'm sure they were good, but that's not Easter dinner. I mean, Easter is, and it's no doubt you all know that I'm a religious person, but Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve for me, Christmas Day and Easter are my 2 big celebration days of the year. And not counting the weather, but I mean, this is a glorious day to be alive and to share food. We had one of our guests was the lady that was the teenage kids worker, came to my church in 1962. She's now 86.
wow.
She's now 86 years old. And she came out, and it was wonderful to break bread and to relive old times and talk about that. Imagine she had the same job from 1962 until now. She's sort of half working a little bit.
Yeah.
So, really,
Let's see. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Happy Easter to you too. Had a big thunderstorm this afternoon. Bonnie's here. I've been to the Amtrak Tampa station on my way to Orlando from West Palm. Wait a minute. On your way to Orlando from West Palm, you went through Tampa? That seems a bit out of the way to my nose, but anyway, I went diagonally across the state from West Palm Beach to Tampa and back east to Orlando. Well, I'll be darned. Emily says she has no idea what that powdered sugar is on those trees outside.
Powdered sugar.
Nikki says, John, that sounds like a great menu. We had our family ham dinner yesterday. Michael Gale is with us. Happy Easter to you too, Michael. Kenneth says, boy, John, that's more than the cruise ship. That was awesome. Happy Easter. I agree. I have no idea what's on the dinner menu. I did not look at that. But I'm sure it's the food here has been, it's maybe not quite as good as Adventure was, but Adventure was just an extraordinarily good food cruise, I thought. But I've had 2 wonderful meals. Both dinners so far have been just excellent. So
Great.
And I do know if they have something that I don't particularly care about on the menu tonight, I have several things that are there every night that I can order that are, just outstanding. So I'll make up for the tacos at Senior Frogs.
I just wanted to drop in, wish everybody listening a very happy Easter. And I know, Chillie, you're having a great time. So I just wanted to say hi and let you know I'd rather be on a cruise ship somewhere. So,
yeah. Well, John, thank you for popping in, and happy Easter to you, my friend. We'll see you later. Thanks, John. Let's see. Kenneth says, Chillie, are you getting a sleeper on the Amtrak? And is the food included? Yes and no. The food, part of the food is included. As far as a sleeper, no. I am business class where it's available. and coach where it's not. And basically that was to get the price, Kenneth. It was so dirt cheap. I couldn't pass it up. I know that they're big, comfortable seats to start with, and it's easily slept in. And I sleep in a chair most of the time anyway. But yeah, I debated on that one. But since I've got at least half the trip as business class, and actually the business class was cheaper than the coach, that's the way I'm going. I was surprised at the prices. I looked today from Erie to San Francisco was $280, and from Erie to Fort Myers was $190. Great prices for Amtrak. Oh, and that's better prices than I got, but I'm not complaining about my prices. I did the whole thing, the round trip from Lynchburg. I go Lynchburg to Washington, Washington, Chicago, Chicago to Seattle, and it's questionable on the trip out. I may be going Chicago to Sacramento and Sacramento to Seattle, and then Seattle back to Chicago on the return trip. Either way, it was the same price, but it was $650 round trip. I mean, I couldn't fly one way for that. And yeah, so it's going to take 3 days. I don't care. I mean, I'm not on any time frame. I can smell the roses. I can enjoy the trip. I can enjoy the scenery. Yeah, I have a layover in Chicago, a layover in DC. So be it. But yeah, at least I'm not going to be stuffed in a seat that I can't move from. So I'm really looking forward to it. But those are terrific prices, Kenneth. Goodness gracious, that's pretty cheap. So anyway, that's I just wanted to drop in and do a little quick live stream today. Again, having a fabulous cruise. I've met just a ton of people. We've continued working on the accessibility issues here. I have a ton of videos to get up. I don't know when I'm ever going to get caught up with editing and that kind of thing. And taking care of our buddy Jason up there in Pittsburgh. Jason, I have a burger review in the can for you. I also have a pizza review done for you. I just got to finish editing them, processing them, and get them uploaded. But both are done, so it's just a matter of me getting them finished. So you'll be seeing those here in the next day or so. I don't know. I'm hoping, since I did sleep a little more last night, I'm hoping to actually survive after dinner tonight and be able to get out and enjoy some of the ship's entertainment. That my first 2 nights, man, come dinner time, I was in bed. So, but that's a 3-hour time difference to somebody that normally goes to bed early. That was rough. So, but hopefully tonight I'll be back in a little more swing of things. So, anyway, thank you guys for all stopping in to see me. I'll be back live on my regular show tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Traveling Cruise Industry News. Shows will be all week as normally scheduled at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So y'all please mark your calendars and join me for the latest news and latest happenings from on board Navigator of the Seas. So we head for Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta the next 2 days. So that's it for today. This is the old fat travel guy. You guys have a fabulous rest of your Easter. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Thanks for being with me. See y'all later.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.